Hello, welcome back to Snakebird. Alright, last episode we got some pretty hard puzzles actually. Like hard puzzles as in I only did 4 of them. As opposed to episode 1 where I did 15, I only did 4 last episode. So at this current rate we'll be doing 1 puzzle today, or maybe even none. But it's okay, I'm hopeful. Let's see if we can do anything from here. Let's move on, level 20. Snakebird. Alright, 2 short snakes. Wow, okay. I mean, you can't really enter here without dying, so one of these has to act as a bridge for the other. Well, okay, there might be some issue getting there at all. Okay, well, I think that what the first one can do is act as a bridge for the second, once it's down there. Does this fail? This fails, right? It gets stuck in a square. I don't think there's any way I can actually make it in here with a length of 4. Because my head will be at the cherry when it's a length of 4, and so you always form a loop that gets you stuck no matter what. Alright, that means length of 3 only. Okay. Well, if I went down here and acted as a bridge for the 2, that can happen. That actually gets it. Okay. So now this has to act as a bridge. That's fine. Is this fine? Okay, hold on. I gotta... Okay, that is an okay bridge, but I think we can do much better here. Like, the problem is that this doesn't really work to get this snake out. I can go down the bottom and go up. And I think with a length of 3, it's actually really easy to get the second snake over as well. I just need to get the second snake out. It's just really hard to do that because I can't, you know. So it's almost as if Snakebird number 2 over here has to act as a bridge for Snakebird number 1. But doesn't it then get stuck? Okay, so then what must happen is that at this point, yeah, it forms a bridge like this. So this is good enough, I think. Yeah, they can just cross over like so. Alright, we're done. Just flip the bird again. Keep flipping the bird, I guess. That's level 20. Level 21. Long bird, but I'm the only one. Okay. And I assume I need a length of... I only need 2 more to get there in theory. But I don't need to get all 3. Can I actually make it over? No. If I had a length of 8... Like, let's say I did this. Okay. Can I actually make it over? No, I get stuck in a loop. Okay. If I did anything else, I would die. Maybe if I had a length of 9, that would be fine. Okay. So let's try getting the length of 8 first. Then the length of 9. I'm gonna do something like... something like this. Maybe this is good enough to hook? No. I go even higher. That is not a good enough hook. Alright, how do I make a good hook here? I want to go down, but it doesn't feel very safe. So how did this work, by the way? I managed to hook like this, but because I could fall, it was fine. But now I can't fall, so... I think I just need to get this last. Like, I do think I just need to get this last. I think it's not possible otherwise. It feels like it should be possible to do this now. Although it's clearly not. Maybe I have to find a way to hook myself like this? No. But this is a hook that barely works. Okay, well, if my shape wasn't like this, if my shape was kind of like flipped, maybe that would be fine. Would an 8 snake actually work hooking around this? Like, wouldn't I need an even long? I would need myself to be 1 above, right? So I would need a length of 9. I feel like a length of 9 should be forced. I just have no idea how to get to a length of 9. If I were able to hook myself without catching this, so I want myself, I want my head to be at the same level as my tail when I move down to fall. So it has to be like sort of like a straight line like this, followed by a line like this, but one longer. So I think I need to be up one and then do that. Not quite, but close. If I can move down, I think, yeah, this wouldn't slip. The only issue is I can't move down. And of course, this fails. Okay. Is there any other way I can do this? No. Do I have to just hook myself over? It's almost like I want this, but kind of not really. I kind of don't want this to happen. Okay, can I still hook myself like correctly? I think maybe. No, not really. Because I don't like the fact that there's a hook here. If this was maybe a bit higher, not really. Maybe I want to start facing down along this line. Is that true? Hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I still need a length of 9. Isn't that true? I do think I still need a length of 9. Okay, I need to be able to prepare some falling. Like a falling like so is acceptable. And maybe that's all I need. That might be all I need. It's close to what I need. But there'll be 2 falls here, so I can't really mitigate that. Yeah, it's the same issue as we had. But like if I prepared for a fall like this, and then another fall, that's not good enough of a fall. That's too much of a fall. Yeah, how do I even change this once I'm here? It does feel impossible, really. Yeah, it does feel like once I'm done, I'm done. I gotta not be in this column. But, you know, that's just not possible. My head has to be in this column. That falls too much. How much of a fall? Way too much of a fall. So like, I sort of have to have... Can I actually hook over? I don't think it's possible to hook over, right? No, it's clearly not possible to hook over. Actually, can I climb on top of this? Oh, I might be able to use that. Okay. So how do I program this to happen? By climbing up here and then climbing up here? That could be useful. Well, not if I keep eating that. No. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm just no longer there anymore. If I try to stand here, I mean, maybe I can, you know, hook myself on. With a length of 8, it's actually pretty hard to hook yourself on. I can do that. Isn't that the exact same thing, though? That's the exact same problem. It's just I'm approaching it from a different angle. I don't think that's gonna help. I'm falling too much here. I have to be slightly longer, but the problem is I can't be slightly longer. That cherry is stuck. Unless I can get a cherry. Okay, so maybe something else has to happen here? I can climb over, but doesn't seem right. Like, I can definitely climb over, but, you know, it doesn't make any sense that I do. Boom. Maybe I need a very specific shape. Not really. Okay, how will I envision myself collecting this? thing. Oh, hold on. Okay. So the problem with this now is that this length will be stuck here, and I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Okay. If I went down here, maybe that fixes things? No, because the length is now there. That is actually an underlying issue that I don't think I can fix at all. I think I'll always fall no matter what. So I do think I need to be at least somewhat taller than myself. So I do need to be length 9. It's just... Is it possible to be length 9 from here? Maybe it is? Maybe it is actually possible to be on length 9 from here. I can now climb. I can still climb, so maybe that's useful. Can I climb this? I can climb that as well. I don't see the use in climbing though. Like, wow. So cool. I can barely make it over. But if I can barely make it over, it means I can actually eat it. Wow, look at that. Okay, you know what though? I think I might have an idea? No, because if I eat that, that's necessarily where my head is going to be. I can't hook my tail onto... I was like, can I imagine myself hooking my tail onto something? Like, can I imagine myself hooking my tail onto this and eating that? It doesn't need to be longer. So no. But if I could do it, which I cannot, then I could fall down maybe, probably, and be fine. Need a better starting point. This is... Actually, this kind of looks okay. No, it doesn't. A length of 7 is not it. A length of 9 is the only way to get this, I think. I think? I'm not entirely sure. Is it? It should be. A length of 9. Yeah, this looks perfectly fit for that. There has to be some fancy trick to eating this. How? Like, there's no other thing I can stand on. That is not in fact what I want to do. Get very close. Doesn't like I can't actually touch the water. The water kind of acts as its own set of spikes. Which makes sense. Do I want to flip myself around? Do I want to... How do I want to eat this thing? Like, what kind of shape do I desire? I want to desire a shape such that after eating this, if I did fall... I kind of would look like this. Okay. Can turn around. I have to do that. I can turn around here. That's actually maybe useful. Like, look at this. That might be... Well, that's not useful at all. I need to somehow be under here. So, like, kinda... If I wanted to try doing that... That's kinda not it either, right? Because I need to be here, I need to somehow, like, flip around. But my tail is definitely not tall enough for that. Ooh. Okay, if I manage to hook myself underneath, which isn't possible here. If I had gotten myself to be... What kind of shape here would work again? How would I leave? I still haven't figured out that answer yet. After eating that fruit, how would I escape? I need to face... I need to be able to make my body fall. It's like, this is the best because I can fall twice. But the problem with this is that I can't fit my head in here anymore. So I can fall twice. I did actually fall twice there. But I can't, you know, fix this anymore. It's just a length of 8 seems very inconvenient. Inconvenient? Like if I tried this, then I can't actually go back in. I can fall, but I fall way too much. I fall 2 here, even though I'm only allowed to fall 1. If I was slightly longer, that would be fine. If I were length 6... Oh, I wouldn't be long enough. A length 7 is not long enough to catch myself. Yeah. A length 7 is good enough for there. But I don't know how a length 7 would, you know... would do the same thing here. It couldn't. Is there any way I could... there's no other ground to stand on though. So if I was 6 and turned into 7, this would not be viable. Yeah. I'll be completely stuck. Although, if I were in here and I moved down, that would survive. Let's see. But I am not. It's parity-wise, it is not possible for that to happen. And if I went this way first to try and get an extra length, then I think... I don't know if it's by parity or whatnot. Why doesn't this... Why would this have worked for... Wait, why would this have worked for this length? I don't know why it would have worked for that length. If I were even shorter, which definitely isn't possible. I need to hook myself there. That's why I keep thinking that this is the better option. But clearly, something else is happening here. I don't quite understand. Yeah. If I were one longer, that'd be fine. Well, if I were one longer, I could have already made it in. Is bridging at all somehow useful? I don't see how useful it would be. Like, once I eat that, I'm just dead if I go up the top. If I started from here, I'm also dead. Yeah. My parity was just right enough. But it's either my parity or my length. I'm pretty sure collecting this is not possible at the moment. Yeah, because I'll do that. If I were one longer... If I were one longer, I could actually... if I were one longer, I think I could make a hook, but that hook would also be too far. I could do this. That's one longer, but that also doesn't really work. Hold on. One longer allows for a hook, right? Like... The problem is that to actually make it, I need to be able to climb on top of my own body. Because I can't go under my own body because my own body will be pressed against the floor. On account of it being the only place I can put my body on. And the only way to do that is to have one full loop plus an extra length. So length 9. Or, wait, length 9? Yeah, including the cherry length 9. So the cherry has to be last, right? Is there any way to avoid doing that? I don't think so. So it means that somehow or some way, this is doable. But how? Yeah, it's just, the parity is just not right. So I eventually get hooked like this, and this hook is bad. And then, you know, sometimes this happens, which, you know, it's also not good. So I'm pretty sure what I'm doing now is... Well, it's very hard to say if whatever I'm doing now is right or not. So like, see, this is the kind of thing I wanted to do. Is this maybe okay? No, I don't think I can do anything about this. But like, this upside down hook is actually really good. Because I fall one and I catch myself. And there's enough space here that's... Is there any reason why I want to do this? Maybe collecting from here is better? Okay. Okay. Ah. Okay. That's a fall. Hey, look at that. Jeez, alright, that was definitely something. So I had to learn to flip myself again. In Island Breeze, complete all levels on the island tileset. There you go. Wow, that was definitely a level. 2 levels, 20 minutes. That's normal, I think, in Snakebird world. Yeah, so I've completed everything in the island tileset, everything in the ocean tileset. I think now it's time to move on. I wonder if 19 would have been considered ocean or island. Because like, it is island. It's just, I don't know what kind of island that would be considered. Is it part of the island tileset or the ocean tileset? No idea. I don't think... I don't know. Alright, level 22. This is... Ooh, I like this vibe. Very evening vibe. There's a block I can push. Just goes away. Also, I think new props can be clicked on. I think these have existed before. The blue petals have not existed yet. The block probably also has not existed yet. No? I didn't get an achievement advancement for this block. Okay, can I push this? I can. Okay, can I can put it on top of myself and push over. I can do the same thing here. And I think that should be enough to get me up there. Okay. So what they want me to do is they want me to do that. Okay. Level 23. What the heck is going on? Why is my Snakebird so long? I don't know. Alright, I don't think there's anything extra here. Sometimes the boxes... Oh no, the boxes do give me... What? The boxes do give me achievement advancements. Weird. Alright, what's this? Okay, I can push this in. And I just need to... like, go away here. So I'll let this fall. I can't let this fall. Okay. Would it be okay if I went down? Wait, how am I supposed to do this again? I need to fall here and then go down here and somehow be able to... Let's see, what's my length here? Let's turn on the grid first. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. If there were a block here, so if this fell fully, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I can climb up. So I do need to fall down fully with my entire body? Okay, I can pull this up and over. Is that good? Kind of. That just falls though. Okay, I can hook myself. Okay. But clearly this is bad. Also, I want to know that these two blocks are stuck together. How would I make it in? Because for a block to just barely be able to fit in there, it needs to not be able to have any space up here, right? So how would I squish myself into this 3-block gap? If that's even possible at all. I don't think it is, but... Oops. Okay, this is not great. Oh, what the heck? I can trap myself, yeah. Very useful. I guess if I could fold this up a slightly larger amount. What the heck is going on here? Okay, that gets me completely stuck. I can loop myself around. Is this any good? No, it's actually a full loop. Are these all walls I can't get through? I think so. Maybe what I have to do is actually get this out of the way. So actually what I have to do is a long time ago I need to push this up and out. So I need to do this. I need to leave some space here to push out. Yeah, alright. So now with you out, maybe... I still need you down there. So... how is it that I'm able to... Well, okay, one thing I could do is I think push while it's on my body. So like this. Is it ever possible to push it into this gap? Is it useful to do that? No. Clearly not, because once it's in there, it's stuck. So no, I can't do that. Where is it useful then? I mean, I can enter. I can now enter, but as you can tell, even at full... even at... Oh, wow, okay, jeez. Even at full length, like, even starting from here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, my maximum length can only reach here. So I can't get to that portal at all, no matter what. I do need this block as another block to stand on. Okay, if this block were to fall down straight, this will act as a stopper to close. How do I scrunch myself up? Aha, maybe I put it on my body. If I could put this on the back of my body, somehow, I can push over like so. And so actually, what I need to do is I need to lift it up and then push it over. And my body should be below it. So I need to do something like... I need to do something like this. Yes. I need space. Alright, so let's just get rid of all this first. All this junk. Snake area. So, okay, goal again. Push up, push over. How high can I push? Okay, I can push pretty far. Okay. If I were to stretch myself out, to more so be maybe like here? No, I still need myself to be at the bottom. It's kind of like a topological, like a knot. How do I even make this occur? I need to be able to push myself up and then over, and it's supposed to be on my body. So like my starting point has to be here, but actually even more so, because my starting point is here and I move, I just leave. So like, maybe what I need to like hook on top of myself? Like that? That doesn't really hook on the top of myself. Okay. Maybe this. No. I can get myself in, but no. Okay, well, if I hook myself all the way over, I can actually form a starting point here without much trouble. I do need to do this. Okay, so maybe not this high. There you go. So I can do this. I can climb around. Hopefully I can push up. I can't believe pushing up here is possible. It looks like we'll get stuck. But no, this is doable. It's just not long enough. Okay. But this is also not doable, right? Yeah, I can't push up like this. How do I get... How do I get this on my own body? Do I maybe need to push this all the way to the edge? And then, like, have myself be dangling here? Oh, that is scary. Is it even... Maybe I shouldn't have gone so far down. Just down like this is enough. No? What kind of hook do I need here? I need like this. I need a U-bend. But not like a U-bend like that. And even if I did that, right? You go a straight line up. Something like this. And that would get it on myself. Of course, that's the main issue of parity again. Wow. Okay. This is very scary. That gets it done. So is pushing out actually such a good idea after all? If I could get it on my body at this point, I can slide in, go around this area, and have it fall after me. So that is my goal. Push it on top of my body at this column. Let's turn off the grid for a second. No idea why I would do that, but let's do that. So if I got it on my body, would it be possible for me to... I could actually use this block as a way to keep myself up. Okay, so let's try this. I need a hook and then you push. That gets you there. That gets you a bit low, so let's try here. I don't want to be stuck there though. Okay, I need to push up. But I also need to hook myself. Okay, so like this. That gets you stuck there. I see you to be a bit higher though. I can't really get you any higher though, so I guess you might have to be stuck here. I don't like the way I'm wrapping around this thing. What was the goal again? I was thinking if I get myself hooked up here, then I could leave the ground and actually push. But clearly something's different. Can I go around now? Oh, I might be able to. Okay, that falls. That's kind of a mistake. But look at that. The thing is now on my body. If it were one further to the right, which I actually think it might be doable, I just need to hold it while I push, which is kind of tough. Right, so what did I do here again? I hooked myself onto here. So let's say I push it to the right now. Can I go over in time? No, I fall way too early. In fact, I also need to push it up. So like this is very scuffed. I have to be like up here, then do this, and then go around, which definitely isn't possible. But see, this is a very nice move that What is... Oh, because my body is on the ground now. So like this works. Just pushing over does not work because pushing over falls causes me to fall and the block to fall. Okay. Okay, if I had hooked myself here, maybe I can push. I can push like that. I don't like that. Ah. Yeah, I need part of my body to be here before the push. So maybe I want to hook over here. But if I do, that thing just falls. It's like I'm too long. Is this okay? Actually, it is. Okay. So I want part of my body to be here, which is why I want to go over so that my tail will eventually be here. I can loop around. Whereas I can't really push because my other part of my body will be here. I can push it aside, maybe. Wow. Look at this majestic. Look at this majestic thing. Anyway. I can push it even higher, I guess. I can push it pretty high, in fact. Okay, I think I might need a hole, so let's try this. I can push it over. It is now... Oh, it's now very not stuck. Okay, let's... I really like this position. I don't know if I should save it or not. Getting here was not easy. I need to push it right, or at least have it be a little to the right before setting this up. The problem is that if I tried to do that, like set it up here, I tried doing that, right? It's very hard to pull it up to a level where it can go below me right now. Like it's exactly why I had to do this first. After I do this, I kind of forgot what I did after that. Not that, clearly. What I did is I climbed and I did this thing. No, I went here. Actually, no, I went down here. I went this long... What did I do again? I pulled it up. Right, and because... Yeah, this is exactly the method I went. And that's how I got myself below the block. Okay. If I could have saved some space by instead going around, I need to have pushed up first. This allows me to push over. Is that useful? And can I repeat that process to push it over? Because if so, and if I could get it to flip this thing across like a mirror, so if my head was on the left, I could get it really anywhere I desired. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't look like it. I kind of need to enter from the bottom, don't I? Ugh. I wanted to be up here, but I can't be up there because of the block. Which is why I thought this was good, but then I need to have... That's maybe... that's not good enough, right? If it were one higher, it would have been good enough. If my snake were a little longer... If this wasn't there and I just did this, then yeah, the same issue occurs. Okay, let's see. Is this ever retrievable? Like, I don't think this is retrievable, right? This setup. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is. Okay. Question is, can I maybe... Pretty hard to hook you up twice though. Like, I can put you up twice, but I need 3 ups. Which requires what? If I want to keep it in this column without leaving it. I don't know. Let's say I did leave it. I need an up. An up. And then a push while my body is still below there. Which doesn't actually seem possible given that this has to occur. It's like the up already has to occur. It's like this and then a down maybe? Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, and if I could maneuver it so that my body didn't have that gap, there it goes. Okay, the problem is that this is really not good because, well, my head sort of has to be the one that's here. I don't know how I do that. In fact, how would I even get into such a situation with my head upside down? With that setup just now... Okay, with that setup just now, that we did a long time ago, involved what? Involved going here, doing this, and then doing that. That's how I got my head underneath it. If this could have occurred... If I hook myself here, I could sort of slightly be above ground. Yeah, and then I can push this up and hook it over. I would lose a lot of tail length though, and this thing just starts falling. I wouldn't get a lot of time to save myself. Does this have to be here? If this was here... I can go down now. Am I... Ah, what is that? I mean, yeah, that works, but how do I even get to this? What? I don't understand what kind of thing was supposed to deduce from here. I just randomly inputted some moves and got there. But what I did was... I don't get the logic. I did this. I went for a second loop, right? This, I guess, secured my tail down here, right? And all I needed to do was find a way to be able to replace my tail. I hooked myself onto this block, which kept my vertical height. And therefore I could hook myself... I could push here, because for some reason, this block moves after the tail leaves. So this is valid, even though usually if this was another tail, this would not have worked. And now I can go underneath. Can I hook underneath here? No. I guess I have to do this, but it should be fine. Once this falls... I should be able to hook here. Alright, there you go. That was definitely something. I definitely want to like rewatch that solution, but I think even then I wouldn't have really understood how to get there. That was a level 23? Dude, I am so screwed if that was level 23. Dude, what does that say about the rest of these? Oh my. Okay. I guess, yeah, I guess that's that. Alright, we're gonna move on to level 24 next episode. I think I'm mostly done for now. Yep, okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.